What is up? It is the Midnight Mike Show coming to you from the Long Island Sound. I am your host, Midnight Mike, and you know, it is what it is. I'm beat tired, but then I get to do this show and my energy kind of lifts a little bit because I enjoy doing this with you guys. You know, the World Cup is over for the United States. My support is now behind England. Congratulations, England, but you know what? And Norway, what a great run. What a great run. Like, I wouldn't even have necessarily been upset if Norway had beaten England, just because that's a Cinderella story, you know, and those things are always fun to watch. Right now, Argentina and Switzerland, you know, I may be starting to buy into some of the, you know, FIFA's fixing this for Messi, you know, with all the examples people have given on YouTube and whatnot. I've watched several, and this is coming from different countries that haven't even played Argentina, but I digress. Tonight we're going to start talking about football again, okay? Now, there's not a lot of New York Jets football news to talk about, but I have a few things that I want to talk about. So what I'm thinking here is we'll get the show started and whatnot. It'll all be great. But, you know, training camp is right around the corner, okay? Before we know it, training camp will have started, and those One Jets drives will be coming out. And I understand that some have come out, and I think I watched the first one on the draft. And then once again, One Jets drive is good as long as you realize that it's propaganda for the New York Jets, okay? And so no matter what you're hearing, take it with a grain of salt, right? Okay. And preseason is less than a month away, or about a month away. What was it? August 14th, I think. August 14th is the first preseason game. So that would be a month and 3 days away. So before we know it, Jets football will be upon us. And I'm in. I'm ready to go. Like, do I expect a lot out of this season? No, not at all. But it is what it is. Football is football, and I love watching it. And I love talking about it and all that stuff. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. Hit the like button, whether you're watching live. All you watching live need to hit that like button. It's free. But if you're watching on the replay tomorrow or something like that, it will also help get it out there that the Midnight Mike Show was live, and you can check it out and rewatch it dude, guys, hit the like button. Whether you're live or watching on the replay, it's free. So I appreciate that. So tonight, I've got some Jets trivia for you guys for the comments section. Okay. And then I'll throw out the question, and then the first three people to get it right. Okay. Then, you know, and then I'll move on. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here, throw out a question and give somebody credit when they answer like 2 minutes after the fact. Okay. I want you guys on your keyboards or whatever, ready to answer in the comments section. I think I have like, I don't know, somewhere 8, 9, 10 questions, something like that. We once again, there is World Cup news, and tonight we're going up against a quarterfinal, like I said, Argentina and Switzerland, and we're going up against the undercard of what will eventually be the main event, the Conor McGregor fight. So it is what it is. What am I going to do? You know, and I'm definitely going to get out of here so that I can watch the Conor McGregor fight. But I don't know. You know what pisses me off about these UFC fights and boxing matches and all of that shit? You sit there for hours watching the undercard, and the undercard is always better than the main event. And like the Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey fight, I watched some kick-ass fights before that, and it was like they were great. And then you get to that, and what was it, 10 seconds? It was over? You know, whatever. And then the final football thing, I got Jets trivia for you. The final thing is I'm going to give you guys my top, I think I have 5 or 6, I don't know, something like that, my favorite football helmets my favorite professional football helmets that are not NFL. Okay, so that means we could pull from the USFL. We could pull from the CFL, Canadian Football League. We could pull from the UFL. We could pull from the XFL. I went through all of them today and just looked at all of them. And I had a few in my mind. I had a few in my mind from these different leagues that I always remember looking at them and going, oh, that's a cool helmet. I like that helmet. So we're going to go through those at some point tonight, and I'm going to show you guys my favorite professional football helmets that are not NFL teams. All right, let's get this show started. Like I said, it's free to hit the like button. It's no skin off your back. It's just a little click. And let's get the show officially started. It's the Midnight Mike Show. Let's go. All right, guys, let's do this. You know what? Let me crack open a Yingling and get going. I don't know where Maddie is. I have no idea. And usually he'll be like, well, I texted you. I have my phone right in front of me. No calls, no text from Maddie. Hope everything's okay. I know I always say that. I always think like the worst case scenario, like when Maddie doesn't show up, or like where, you know, when Abe is expected to be on, or Tommy Jets, or Sean, whenever any of them are supposed to be on the show, and they're not, like a no show. I don't know. I don't get any messages. I always end up thinking the worst. Like, God, I hope they're okay, whatever. And then of course it turns out that they're just jerk offs and you slept through it or something like that. Who knows? But cheers, everybody. Whoa, I definitely need a drink. My throat is dry. Here we go. All right. First things first, let's get into the comments and see what you guys, which one of you guys are in here, and see what's going on. First off, Bill M opened us up. You know, he always opens us up with a bunch of comments, and Chris came in and telling everybody to make sure to hit the like button and all that stuff. I appreciate that. Ali in the house, Valerie in the house, old Jets fan, Valerie. You're not that old, Val. Come on, but she's a channel member. Thank you for being here. It's our first lady. Travis in the house. Hit the like and subscribe. While you're at it, share the video. You know what? That I never really tell people to do that. If you know and you can share this, you know, on a social media platform or something like that by hitting, I think it's the arrow that's like right-hand turn arrow. I don't know. It just goes like that. I don't know. But if you could do it, please share the show. I would appreciate that. Hey, Mike and Maddie, how you doing, Travis? Dickelberg 1, 6 watchers for real football. Yeah, well, what do you expect? Like, once again, off season. I mean, look, off season, my numbers are always shit. Going up against a World Cup game, going up against the undercard to the Conor McGregor fight, I didn't expect too much from tonight. I really didn't. So I'm going to go through what I got to go through and get the hell out of here. You know, it is what it is. But I want to have a good time, which is why I have some trivia for my comment section. And, you know, show you guys some football helmets that you may or may not have seen. We will see. Gator McMicro Dick, Mike AD Beast bonding over English soccer. Mike and Beast bonding over English soccer. I get what, look, when Beast used to come on this show and he ended up saying that he was rooting for England. And I even said to him, you're not rooting for the United States. Like, England's my number 2. And I have an England jersey and I didn't put it on or anything. I didn't even put it on today, to be fair. But I would never even think of rooting for England over the United States. I would never even think of wearing England soccer national team soccer stuff until the United States has been eliminated. And as we know, that happened. But yeah, I guess me and Beast are rooting for the same team now. Hey, Brian, what's up? Jets. I wish we could see those in the comments. I hate the fact that on YouTube you can see the Jets logos, but when I pull it up here on StreamYard, you get that shit. Like, come on. Hey, bro, we got 9 now. Hey, look, I'm happy. Look, right now, as of right now, it says we got 12. God damn, like, truthfully, that's pretty good considering it's the off season and all that crap. And the last week of July is my annual trip to Tennessee and to Dollywood and all that stuff. I will do my best to keep you guys informed on which days I will or will not be doing a show, because once again, it's not only is it very hard to do, because I have to make sure my kids are in bed and all that stuff. And then like last year, I broadcast from Dollywood and then I broadcast from Gettysburg. Okay. It can be done. The only problem is that on my phone, I can't see comments. I can't bring comments up on the screen. I'm thinking maybe there's a way to do it with my kids have like no, it's not an iPad. It's one of those ghetto like knockoff brand. And maybe if I can figure out how to get StreamYard up on that. But the problem is that then I'd have to be going off of the hotel's Wi-Fi, which is probably shit. It is what it is. It is what it is. If you guys want me to broadcast while I'm on vacation, let me know, and I will do my best and try to find a way to at least be able to see the comments that come in. I may not be able to bring them up. Of course, they'll be shortened shows, but I enjoy broadcasting from random places. It's fun. So if you guys want me to do it and do short shows, like, hey, like, they're going to be a little shorter, it is what it is. Let's see here. Chris is in there saying hi to everybody. Gator McMicro Dick. I think I know who that is. Actually, I do know who that is. Go Jets. Yeah, Chris, go Jets. Damn right. Brian says, with you 99% on fight cards, Mike. With you 99% on fight cards, Mike. Even in Central Time, these events go until midnight or 1. Yeah, well, I don't fully understand that first part. With you 99% on. Oh, with you so you're agreeing with me 99% on fight cards, Mike. Even in Central Time, these events, it's ridiculous. Like the main event is at midnight, and you're like, and once again, I want to get to bed. Like, I want to start winding down, and you can't wind down when two people are beating the shit out of each other, and you're like, yeah, it's like your natural endorphins kick in and all that stuff, and then the fight ends, and you're just like, now you're all like hopped up and like excited. It is what it is. And even these World Cup games, now they're starting to be more reasonable times. But during the group round, if you wanted to watch certain teams, the games will start at like 10 or 11 p.m. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? The U.S. games were one of them started at 10 at night. Like, what the fuck? We're the host nation. Make it so that the whole country can watch with no problem. Make it an 8 p.m. game. Every U.S. game should have been no later than 8. Like, bottom line. I get if they're in another country. Like when the U.S. was playing in the Olympics or ice hockey, if we had a game at like 10 p.m. or something, okay, I get it. That's another country on the other side of the world. They're not worrying about what we're doing here. But when we're the host nation, get it going. Get it going. I have a nice helmet. He's not talking about a football helmet, folks. The 1% equals, I don't know how to pronounce that, is always the headliner, and nobody gives a better fight than that legend. I don't know anything about UFC. I just watch when there's a name like Conor McGregor or like Ronda Rousey or whatever, Gina Carano. Like, that'll catch my eye and I'll watch the fight. Other than that, I don't really watch UFC. I prefer boxing, truthfully. I prefer boxing, like just heavyweight boxing. I'll watch middleweights and all that stuff, but I grew up watching Mike Tyson, and that's what I like watching. Mike Tyson and Rocky. That's what I grew up on, and I watched Mike Tyson knock out so many MFers that's what I like watching when it comes to like physical contact sport, like fighting, whatever. UFC. Let me be honest. UFC still, something about it seems like in the future, and I understand UFC has been going on since like the mid 90s. Like, I get it. I get mixed martial arts has become, a thing. Like, I remember when UFC came out and the logo was like that gray dude, like whatever. I get it. But it's going to take a couple generations, a couple of decades, more than where we're at now, because I'm sorry, just seeing the way that these guys, with these little gloves are just punching the shit out of people's heads. And the damage that's being done. And I understand that the same, even when you watch a boxing match, people's, but it just, I'm worried that in the future, like let's say 10 to 25 years from now, you're going to start seeing the guys who did UFC in the mid to late 90s and early 2000s, and they're going to be getting older, and they're going to have a fuck ton of problems, and that worries me. It seems a little too brutal. And like, whatever, it is what it is. I enjoy watching it, but the long-term effects of something like that, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. I have no idea. Rashad comes in. Hey, yo, Mike and Maddie and all my Jets family. I'm coming to you live from West New York. Western upstate New York, I assume. I should be there in an hour. Oh, maybe he did. Maybe he said something on Monday night that he was going to be doing something and trying to. Oh, was he doing that thing for his buddy who had passed? Okay, that's okay. See, I'm starting to remember. Although I might not be here in an hour. So we'll see. Yeah, tick, tick, Maddie. Tick, tick. Ali says, Switzerland and Argentina playing here in KC at Arrowhead Stadium. We had a ton of visiting fans from those countries at the cigar shop today. Most of them were very wealthy, which I guess makes sense. Well, I hope you guys cashed in. I hope the cigar shop did well. 100%. Josh Allen wants to play in the Olympics and win a gold medal. For what? Flag football that they're trying to pull? Maybe. I don't know. Totally cool with you having a vacation. Maybe drop a Tennessee Beats video. I thought of that. I thought of when I get down south trying to find a pizzeria or something and doing a random review on a pizzeria in like Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, something like that. That'd be fun. But that's something I edit, so it wouldn't come out while I was there. I would record it. I did a filming last year when I went. I did a filming location Blair Witch Project video that I still haven't put out because I haven't edited it and anything. I've just been sitting on it. And then I did one of a tour of a Buc-ee's. And then I did one with something else. I did 3 videos and I never ended up putting them on my computer and editing. I don't know what I was thinking. Don't know what I was thinking. Hopefully I can find those and I'll get them up eventually, but we'll see. When will the feud be coming back? August 9th is when that's another reason that our fucking numbers have sucked. We've been on a YouTube probation where they crush your videos. They destroy your algorithms. I don't know what to tell you, but August 9th, we get off of that. So, and then the season starts. Everything should get kind of back to normal at that point. Everything should kind of get back to normal at that point. I fell asleep one time with my ex-wife on my back pinching me. That is random. That is fucking random. I fell asleep one time with my ex-wife on my back pinching me. I mean, I could fall asleep. It takes me a while to wind down and get to sleep, but once I'm asleep, it's hard. Once I'm in somewhat of a deep sleep, it's kind of hard. Or if I'm so overly tired where I'm falling asleep on the couch, no, like my wife is like, go into our room, like go over to, don't fall asleep on the couch. And I'm like, oh, shut up, let's fall asleep here. Like I'm already out of it and half asleep. But yeah, that's my situation. Oh, and that should have been punching. Oh boy, violent. I guess that's why you guys aren't together anymore. She was a violent lady. Brian says, great stream last night, Scott Foster. Awesome to put a voice to the dude in the comments. Go Ducks. Oh, were you watching Dano? Dano's the Friday show, baby. Check out Dano. He's always on there, and Scott comes on very often, and Murph. They do great stuff. Rusty Spooner, what's up, Mike, Maddie, and Gangrene fam? Hope all is well, homies and homegirls. There you go. All right, so I'm kind of caught up here. Okay, I'm kind of caught up here in the comments section. So what do we want to do? Do you want to see? I can either go with my favorite football. I would like Maddie to be here for the football helmet so he could give me his thoughts on that. We could do the Jets trivia. Are you guys up for some Jets trivia in the comments section? Like I said, I'll give you the trivia, but then, you guys have to, try to answer right away. I'm not going to sit here and wait like for some, first couple correct answers would be it. But you guys let me know. We could go Jets trivia, but the football helmets, I would like to wait for Maddie because I'm doing it. Once again, if you're joining us now, I'm going to do, let me see how many I have. I'm doing my favorite pro football helmets that are not NFL. Favorite pro football. Here, let me see here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 of them. I didn't put them in necessarily. I kind of have them in an order in here. But all I did was I literally looked at every helmet from the CFL, even past helmets. Same with the XFL and the USFL and Canadian Football League. I just looked at as many as I possibly could, and if they caught my eye, and I was like, oh yeah. And then, like I said, there's a few that I've already had in my head that I could just boom, there it is. Let's go. Let go. I don't even know what that means. Dano, what's up? I just promoted your show. Everyone's talking about how good it was last night. Hit the like for Midnight Mike. Loving the rhyming. Awesome. Good stuff. Does it have to be football or can it be another sport? Well, I did the research on pro football helmets. Now, if we wanted to do like for instance, here, they're all goalie masks. Don't necessarily know what that means, but I could do a whole other list on goalie masks. So that's a different list, guys. Completely different list. Hamilton Tiger Cats. They're a professional team. I don't know about that. But anyway, as you can see under my name, T-minus 14 days. 14 days until training camp rookies report. July 25th. And this is going to be while I'm on my vacation. And then the vets come in July 28th. So we are close, guys. We are close. And it's getting a little like, football offseason is the fucking worst. And I used to have a graphic. I don't think I have it anymore. As a matter of fact, I'm almost sure I don't have it anymore. But I have a graphic of like every major professional sport in the United States. And it shows January through December. And there's like a line that shows when their season is taking place. The NFL's offseason is by far the longest of all of them. And not only that, but when you get the season, you get 17 games. It's not like hockey has this tiny couple month off season and then boom, it's back into hockey. I don't know. I picked the dumbest sport to make a YouTube channel for. You have the longest off season and the least amount of games. Like I should have done a devil show, or I should have done like a Millwall football. Like I don't know. Yankees. Something. Mike, we're the Weekend Warriors. Yes, we are. And we've been for many years. Like many years, right? Because it's been like 2-3 years where you've been Friday and I've done Saturday. Absolutely. Mike's uniform obsession. Well, this is helmets. But yes, I love uniforms. I love uniforms for all sports. And I could sit and critique them all day. Even in a sport that I haven't really watched much of, like basketball, I can still look at the uniforms and tell you why I think they look shit or why I think they're awesome. Like, a lot of you out there are Knicks fans. And I'm a fan of the Knicks. I think the Knicks standard blue and orange, but, blue is not a beautiful. It's a beautiful jersey. But then they went and fucked it up with putting like the shadow behind it, like where it said New York, New York, New York, New York. Do you guys know which one I'm talking about? Ugly as shit. Just like keep it simple, stupid. I hate when people fuck up jerseys. I hate alternate jerseys. I hate all that shit. I'm so happy that the New Jersey Devils jersey, The black one with way too many stripes says Jersey across it. Oh, fuck. I'm so glad those are done. And I hope that the Devils don't bring in a third jersey. Keep it simple, stupid. I want our red jersey and our white jersey. If you're going to do an alternate, give me the old school Devils jerseys from the 80s that had the green in them. That's all I need. That's all I need. I don't need black jerseys. I don't need City Connect jerseys. I don't need rivalry jerseys. All that shit. It's, disgusting. Disgusting. Mike, did you see that my Islanders are? Yes, I saw that. Are letting the fans create the new third jersey. It's pretty awesome and guaranteed that most NHL teams will do the same next year. You're going to get some ugly fucking jerseys, and I'm telling you, I'm not for that. I don't want third jerseys. I don't want alternate jerseys. There's no reason for it. No reason for it. And one of the things I don't like about soccer in other countries is they change their kits every year. Now, usually the home kit is. Do I have two Millwalls right there to show you what I'm talking about? I might have two Millwall jerseys right here to show you what I'm talking about. So the home jerseys, they keep pretty. Oh, no, I only have one right here. Hold on 1 second, folks. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Give me 1 second, just so I can show you how annoyed, like how picky I am, how picky and annoyed I can get. Boom. Okay. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. So usually, okay, I don't necessarily mind what they do with the home jerseys because they kind of keep them in the same ballpark. Okay, so my team is Millwall Football Club. So this was their jersey one year. I forget what year, maybe 2014. Okay, simple, right? You got the lion, the Millwall Lion. You got the brand, you know, obviously they, and then on the back, another brand, and Let Them Come. That's one of their little like chants and whatnot. Okay, so it's just, but they're known for navy blue. Okay, so then this is the next season. They added a white collar, white sleeves. You see what I'm talking about? So the jersey's different every year. So I like, that's one thing. It's the away kits that piss me off. Okay? They make their away kits, not just Millwall, all of the teams. They could be any fucking color. Like Millwall will go yellow. Sometimes they'll go white. Sometimes they'll go, like, it doesn't fucking matter. And that I don't like. Like, I want teams to have the same color scheme and be known, like your team colors are important. That's like kind of like your what you fight for. It's like your flag of your team is your team colors. Could you imagine if the New York Jets away jerseys one year, they were like, well, we're going to make them yellow. Like, fuck it. We're going to make them yellow. You know? And then the next year they're like, the away jerseys, fuck it. Let's make them orange. Like, why? Why? And these jerseys are so expensive to make people, if you want to keep up and you're a fan of the English Premier League or the English Football League in any of the tiers, you have to, if you want to keep up and you have to buy a new jersey every single year. And like, who has that kind of money? Who has that kind of money if you have kids and a family and all that shit? And then if you have kids and a family and you want to keep up, then you're buying ones for your kids too. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm sorry. I went on a little rant there. We do this twice a week. When is there a football off season? I understand we do this twice a week, but what do we honestly on the Midnight Mike show? Maybe other people can sit there and I've talked about this before. God bless the other shows that could take the smallest minute bullshit Jets story of a guy who like might be signed, or the Jets, rumor is that the Jets are looking at this player, and turn it into a 2-hour fucking show. Kudos. I don't give a shit. I'm not doing that. When something happens, I'll talk about it. And if it's something little, whatever, I'll give it the proper time that I think it's needed. 10 minutes, half hour, 40 minutes, whatever, depending on the headline. But I'm not going to sit here on a Saturday or Monday night and talk about a rumor that some guy the Jets are looking at some person, whoever it is. It doesn't matter. When it's something like, it's just not, I'd rather talk about fucking Scream 7, which was a little bit of a disappointment, but you know, it was okay. It wasn't the worst, but they could have done it better. Tiger Cats are second in the East Division, playing Saskatchewan tomorrow. Oh, they're a CFL team, Canadian Football League team. NCAA helmets. I will do that. That's why I said professional, because there are so many college helmets that's its own fucking category. Like, that's its own category. And yes, Mike, WNY is part of Buffalo, New York, and Josh Allen wants to play flag football. Would you cheer for him, Mike? If he was the quarterback of Team USA, then sure, I'd cheer for him. Because the country matters more than the club. That's how I look at it. So if you're playing for Team USA, I'm rooting for you. When we were watching Team USA, let me ask you, all of you, this. I know none of you are Devils fans. You're all Islanders and Rangers fans. Let me ask you something. Were you happy when Jack Hughes hit that golden goal? I bet you were, because it doesn't matter that he's a New Jersey Devil, because right now the name on his chest says USA. So it'd be the same with Josh Allen for me. Like, if he wanted to play flag football, although I think they should leave that to flag football players, truthfully. It's the danger zone. Danger zone. Oh, he told you. Look, see? The third jersey is for salute troops and fuck cancer. Mike hates the troops and loves cancer, I guess. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'll be honest. You can raise money for cancer and the troops and all of that. And what the fuck are you talking about? What third jerseys for salute? They do the hoodies, they do the hats, they do all that for I even have one. I have a New York Jets tribute to service, salute to service hoodie. Like, what are you talking about? Still, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if it's for St. Jude. I don't care. I don't like third jerseys. They're ugly. 95% of the time, they're terrible and ugly and an eyesore. Sorry. There you go. Getting Dano some subscribers. Thank you, Rashad, for subscribing to the Danger Zone. It needs to have some consistency. Yes, I agree. If jerseys and everything need to have consistency, and the only way to do that is just by keeping your colors. You know, whether you're doing white at home and color on the road, or color at home and white on the road, whatever, it doesn't matter. It should still be in the same kind of design and color scheme. That's how I look at it. No shit, Mike. By the way, have you heard KOC is going to be the Jets head coach next season? Why am I blanking? Who the fuck is KOC? I hope they're not related to AOC. Ugh, that'd be a disaster. And let me try to think of this. KOC. I'm so bad with this shit. You just tell me. Let's go Patriots next month. Hell yeah, Ryan. Good for you. Our troll has arrived. Good to see you, Ryan. I like my horror movies too. Yeah, man. Horror movies kick fucking ass. And I'm on Letterboxd, okay? And I don't know if you guys know what Letterboxd is. And I'm there just like here at Midnight Mike Show, MIDNITE Mike Show. But Letterboxd is a site where you join and you just review movies, and you can go to someone's profile and see all the movies they reviewed, how many stars they gave them, and then usually for every movie I watch, I give a description. There are people who don't, but I always give a actual review. And I actually wrote in my review of the new I Know What You Did Last Summer, like, shame on me for it taking this long for me to see the new I Know What You Did Last Summer and Scream 7. And I'm embarrassed. I am a huge horror fan, even more of a slasher fan. And it took me like a year or two to watch both of them, whenever they came out. That was embarrassing. And I wrote it right in my review. It was I know. Yankees are on their standard midseason, like early midseason slide. It is what it is. It's all the bullshit money grab by the NFL. Couldn't have said it better. And what the fuck? Like, I can't believe so many people are like, yo, man, those fucking black jerseys are fire. Get the fuck out of here. If you're not the Raiders, get the fuck out of here with these black jerseys. Pisses me off. You can mess with me all you want, Rusty. I don't care. I take it all in good stride. It's tough to watch other Jets shows because I hate talking Jets for 3 hours. It gives me a headache and everybody is an expert. Yeah, me and Maddie said we're fans. This is a fan chill show. At no point do me and Maddie come in acting like we know more than anybody else. We just know what we know and we give you our opinions, and we've been fans for 40 plus years. And that's what we know. And most of those years we've been drunk. So it's hard to retain information when you're drunk. I would totally buy it. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I see that's a troll comment from a Jets fan. That is a troll comment from a Jets fan, because all of you would be pissed off if the Jets road jerseys one year, they were just like, let's make them orange. You'd be like, what the fuck? He's the Vikings coach, Mike, and don't waste your time. It's just reinforcing your point that guys can talk about Jets nonsense for 2 hours. No, look, I don't mind that guys can do that. I'm glad guys can do that, because there are people who want to hear people talk about the Jets 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I just can't do it. I'm going to go off on tangents about horror movies or hockey or the World Cup, or we're going to watch a game show, Family Feud or Guts or something, or we're going to do Mike and Maddie's top 5, or I'm going to give you my favorite. What did I give you the other day? I did I did the top 5 softest sports logos or gayest sports logos. That's more interesting for me and makes me want to come back and do the show more. If I had to do this show every Saturday and Monday and keep it all New York Jets for an hour or two every single time, the show wouldn't exist. It's overarching a Jets show. We all love the Jets. We love to talk about the Jets. When there's during the season, fuck, man, we talk about the Jets for the whole 2 hours most of the time. But at this point in the year, what the fuck? Say no to KOC. We don't know more than the people that are paid to make those decisions and evaluations. Winning sometimes seems like a dreamsicle. Are the dreamsicles the ones with the orange and the cream in the middle? I love those. Those are so good. Random note from when you grabbed the jerseys. I have never seen E.T., but I have Mac and Me on DVD. Random note from when you grabbed the jerseys. Oh, when I went, okay. Dude, how have you seen Mac and Me and you haven't seen Phone Home, E.T.? E.T. is far superior. 1-0 Argentina. Did Messi score? Is that why you wrote that? Of course, the Argentina is going to beat the fucking Switzerland. Dano kind of looks like a creamsicle. Okay. I love this show because we can start shit with people like Chris, the Bills fan, is a hoe. Chris, the Bills fan, is a hoe. All right, guys, I'm going to do the trivia. Fuck it. We're going to do the trivia right now, okay? So all I need you to do is in the comments section, just put your answers down. Are you guys ready? I got, I don't know, between 5 and 8 New York Jets trivia questions. Some might have been, when we used to do trivia on this show, so there may be a repeat. So if you're a big fan and you remember, there may be a repeat. I don't know. The Jets beat the Titans week 1. That's what you're looking for, Ryan. That's sweet. I didn't know that about my roommate. I saw him macking me like a decade ago and only got around to watching E.T. a couple years ago. Fucking scary. Yo, E.T. is an awesome movie. As a matter of fact, last year for my daughter's birthday, I don't know if I mentioned this, we rented out at a movie theater and for her and her friends, and we watched E.T. There you go. That's right. Our Jets are winning week 1. All right, let's get into this. All right, here we go. Jets trivia for you guys in the comments section. Let's see who knows the most about our beloved New York Jets. So here we go. Here we go. Question number 1. In 1990, the Jets took running back Blair Thomas with the 2nd overall selection. Which Big Ten school did Thomas attend? All right, I'm going to give it to you one more time. In 1990, the Jets took running back Blair Thomas with the 2nd overall selection. Which Big Ten school did Thomas attend? Got a few more seconds. Get your answers in. The first few answers I'll give credit for. After that, sorry, I can't give you credit after that. Boom, boom. All right. Here we go. We got some correct answers in the house. Scott Foster coming in with a correct answer. This is probably a joke, but that's wrong. And Brian comes in, Penn State University. All right. Rusty Spooner, Pedo State. That was rude. That was rude. That guy's been gone a long time. What did Dano say here? I woke up spry. I was careful crossing the street, though. Couldn't push my luck. Okay. I knew what you meant. Was that guy, Jerry? What was his fucking name? The coach who let everybody rape everybody. Oh, sorry. Grape. All right, guys, let's move on to the next question. Here we go. Question number 2 for all of you guys. Here we go. What kicker kicked 3 field goals for the Jets in Super Bowl III? What kicker kicked 3 field goals for the Jets in Super Bowl III? 3 field goals, 9 points, highest scoring Jet in Super Bowl history. You should know this guy. Oh, Sandusky. That's it. Fair enough. All right, here we go. We're getting some questions in. Not Doug Bryan. Well, technically, that's a correct answer because it's not Doug Bryan. But Doug Bryan is wrong. All right. And here we go. Scott Foster, Jim Turner. Valerie comes in. Our first lady, Jim Turner. There you go. Time traveling Nick Folk. Not so much. But Val and Scott coming in with the correct answer. I think Scott's leading the pack because he also got Penn State. So congratulations, Scott. You are leading the pack here. I'm not going to be able to keep track of all this once I get into later questions. I was just lucky. Nick Folk was a rookie then. He's played a long time. But yes. Here we go, folks. Next question. Question number 3. In January of 1969, the New York Jets defeated the Baltimore Colts 16-7 to win Super Bowl III. Which stadium was the game played at? What stadium was the game played at? In January of 1969, the New York Jets defeated the Baltimore Colts 16-7 to win Super Bowl III. In which stadium was the game played in? Now, I didn't ask for the city. There's a name. Doom, doom. All right off the bat, Dano came right in. Orange Bowl. Dano, I'm sorry, but you're correct. Ryan, fair, but I can't give it to you. You had to say the Orange Bowl. Same with you, Rusty Spooner. But our in-house Patriots fan, Ryan, correct answer. Good job. Scott Foster, correct answer. Valerie, correct answer. Good job, guys. Awesome. Oh, you tried? Okay, fair enough. OJ Bowl, I'll give it to you. All right, let me just see what this says here. Nice to see you on Dano's show, Scott. It took me like an hour to figure out Scott Sasquatch and Scott Foster were the same person. Well, you couldn't tell from his I guess his avatar. Does he not have a beard? Oh man, look at that. He doesn't have a beard in his you need to update that, Scott. You need to update that. I get it, Orange Bowl. I get it, Dano. Fucking that was pretty good. All right. Moving along. Next question. We're gonna move up a little bit. We've been doing a lot of like Super Bowl era questions. We're gonna move up. Into the Vinny Testaverde era. Here we go. Question number 4. The Monday Night Miracle occurred between the Miami Dolphins occurred against the Miami Dolphins in Week 8 of the 2000 NFL season. How many points were the Dolphins winning by prior to the start of the fourth quarter? No cheating, folks. The Monday Night Miracle occurred against the Miami Dolphins in Week 8 of the 2000 NFL season. How many points were the Dolphins winning by prior to the start of the fourth quarter? And I have this always ready going on in my pictures and whatnot. I don't think this will spoil it, but there's Vinny's numbers. Vinny Testaverde, 18 of 26, 235 yards and 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter alone. He's the fucking man. And everyone should know about it. All right, let's go over to the comments section, see what you guys are coming in with. Dano says 28. 28 points? Wrong. 21 points. Wrong. 21 points. Wrong. Scott Foster, undefeated. 23 points. Now, keep in mind, the Jets made their comeback, and then remember, why am I blanking on their quarterback's name? He threw another touchdown pass to give the Dolphins the lead again, and then the Jets came back and scored again. So it was it starts with an F, right? His last name. Why can't I see? My brain is shot. 14? No, it's 23, folks. 23 is the correct answer. Vinny is greater than Chad. Yes, of course. Vinny was great in those old Pro Bowl games. Vinny is great at all times. Rusty, sorry. Rashad, sorry. Jay Fiedler, good job, guys. There you go. I missed that game. It must have been awesome. It was one of the most outstanding Jets games ever. If you stuck in. And I'm the kind of person who is always just a glutton for punishment. Even this past season, when the Jets were down 28-0 after the first quarter, I still watched the entire game like an asshole. Fiedler's ears or Chad ears? Whose were bigger? I have big ears. Mine were bigger. I was probably rewatching Heidi. Clever. Hit the like button if you're new and you haven't, folks. It's free. No skin off your back. Let's go to question number 5. I believe this is question number 5. Here we go. 1990s draft pick Blair Thomas lasted only 4 seasons with the Jets before the team released him. So he was with the Jets for 4 years. How many touchdowns did Thomas rush for in his time with New York? One of our draft busts, folks, Blair Thomas. 1990s draft pick Blair Thomas lasted only 4 seasons with the Jets before the team released him. How many touchdowns did Thomas rush for in his time with New York? Oh, we're getting in answers already. Here we go. 0. No, he wasn't that bad. 7? No. I think he had 7 over his whole career. Sorry, Scott, you got one wrong. 8. Ryan, 9. In 4 years, folks, Blair Thomas rushed for 5 touchdowns with the New York Jets in 4 years. And he had 7 his entire career as a member of the. So he played with the Patriots after the Jets and the Cowboys after the Jets. And so with those 2 teams, he only scored 2 rushing touchdowns with those teams, but 5 with the New York Jets. Pathetic. I was close. Oh yeah, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. That's what I was always told. All right, here we go. This is a draft question. Here we go. Which undersized defensive end did the New York Jets select in the first round of the 1989 draft, prompting loud boos from Jets fans? That, of course, when the draft was always in New York, which I liked, but I understand why it's not fair for the rest of the teams and cities and all that stuff. Which undersized defensive end did the New York Jets select in the first round of the 1989 draft, prompting loud boos from Jets fans? Dun, dun, boom, boom. All right. Let's see here. You were going to say 5 on the last question, but you didn't. Was it Ricky NY? No, he was not drafted by the Jets in 1989. Marty Lyons. I have a signed picture from him behind me. Marty Lyons is wrong. Marty Lyons was on the team in the 70s, in the late 70s, I believe. Or did he? It was the early 80s. But he was part of the Sack Exchange. We're well past that. Brian Lageman. There you go. Brian with a correct answer. Good job, Brian. The answer is Jeff Lageman. But despite being booed on draft day, Lageman turned in a serviceable NFL career. He played in 10 seasons and recorded 47 sacks with both the Jets and the Jacksonville Jaguars. There you go. It's okay. I knew what you look. I'm going to give you credit for Lagenan. That's Lagenan is fine because it's only an M you're missing, right? It's fine. Lagenan. Even Beast knows more about the Jets than I do. Well, you're a new fan, and Beast is, a little out there. So watch it. I'm trying to see if I have it right here. You know what? It's on YouTube. I have it on DVD, and I was going to, if you haven't yet, look up on YouTube the complete history of the New York Jets. It only goes from when they started as the Titans to like 2003, 2005, but it's an outstanding documentary, and it's on YouTube. Okay, so check it out. And I guarantee you'll learn a lot. And you could just, and that's something I could watch over and over and over again. Like I could go out tonight and watch it again. It's so much fun to watch. So go out and check that out. It's called The Complete History of the New York Jets, but it's not complete. It goes to like 2003. I wish they would have updated it. Maybe it goes to 2010. I don't know, something like that. Let's see here. Who was the last Jets draftee who got booed? Feels like it's been years. I mean, there was a point in the 80s and 90s where every draft pick we took got booed. Think about it. Kyle Brady got booed. Ken O'Brien got booed. Logman got booed. Like, that was just a normal thing. The Jets draft, the entire crowd boos. Like, Keyshawn probably didn't get booed. I would assume Keyshawn did not get booed while it was in New York at Radio City. I'm going to guess. That'll be the one guy that I think did not get booed. 2003 is sufficient. Yeah, well, the problem is that it doesn't get you into like the Rex Ryan successful years, but it does cover like the Vinny years and the Super Bowl years and the sack exchange and all that stuff. And if you haven't seen the sack exchange 30 for 30, ESPN 30 for 30, check that out too, because that's awesome too. Is it the one called The Tragic History of the New York Jets? No. It's an official NFL release, but it is on YouTube. Hold on, I'll look. I'll put the link in the description, or I'll put the link in the comments. Let me get to YouTube. All right, I'm going to turn down my volume over here. Just, I don't know, whatever. We'll share, copy. Okay. All right, I'm going to put it in the comments section. There you go. I can watch it all the time. It's awesome. As a matter of fact, the opening is where we get the Jets chant from. Jets, Jets, Jets. That's where I got that from my DVD. Yeah. Oh, by the way, no super chats tonight. No gifted channel memberships. Guys, I'm all alone here. I'm drowning. Help me out. Show some support. But if you can't, hit the thumbs up. Yeah, that's a different one. The NFL, it's an NFL release. I don't know. Like my DVD has like the official NFL logo on it, and they made one for all the teams around that time. So, yeah, there you go. Skip 7 years, recap 2009 and 2010, and then you're up to speed. And then just show Aaron Rodgers running out and snapping his Achilles, and then you're good. Probably Keyshawn booed the pick. Yeah, Keyshawn was like, oh, fuck. Not the New York Jets. Oh, there you go. Jets chant. Jets, 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 Jets. Jets, 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 Jets. There we go. You must take one New York Jets bust back for 26 do-over. Who? I mean, if they're a bust, who the fuck cares? Like, they booed Kenny O'Brien, but I'd take Ken O'Brien back any day. Like, Ken O'Brien was an outstanding quarterback, completely underrated. That's who I would take back. They booed the shit out of Ken O'Brien. Like, who the fuck is Ken O'Brien? Like, fuck, man. I'll take him back any day, Dano. Like, I'll take him back. As a matter of fact, I'll take him back as is right now over Geno Smith. He may be 70 or 60, but I'll take him. He could probably still wing that ball. Jeff Lageman reminds me that I saw somebody on YouTube wearing a Duval and all y'all shirt, and I would almost buy that. A Duval versus all y'all. Duval is the Jaguars. What's all y'all? Let me know. I don't know what that is necessarily. You get them in their prime, LOL, whatever that is. Is Ken O'Brien considered a bust? He's not, right? Because he's too good. I don't know. Blair Thomas was supposed to be outstanding out of Penn State. So was Johnny Mitchell. Like Johnny Mitchell had tons of hype behind him when we picked him up. I don't know. I have no idea. That's a tough one. Brian, my team is 80% better, and you? Patriots suck. There you go, 199, and we get another Jets chant. Jets. Let's go. All right, let's get back. I have a couple more trivia questions. Like Detroit versus everybody thing, but for Jacksonville. Oh, okay. I got you. Mike, just got a pic with Ken Danico at my local town day. He was signing autographs. That's awesome. I love Ken Danico. Wow, one of my top Devils. I won't say favorite. He's close. Oh, I love Ken Danico. I think he's been my favorite at points. McLean, Stevens, Lemieux, Brodeur. God, great teams back then. That's awesome, Steven. O'Brien was clearly not a bust. The only problem was Marino was drafted behind him. Yes, I agree with that. All right, I gotta catch up. O'Brien was 9-8 against Marino. And actually in that big shootout where it was like 50-45, that was a Jets win. I guess Ken O'Brien was awesome. Breaking news, Josh Allen says he wants to play flag football for Canada. Oh, that makes sense because Buffalo's a Canadian team. Niedermeyer, nice. All we're doing is naming kick-ass Devils at this point. All right, let me get back. I have a few more Jets questions in this little trivia game. Here we go. I think I got 3 more. Here we go. This question's from 2005. So maybe you guys will, How many quarterbacks did the Jets use during the 2005 season? I will, of course, repeat the question. And can you name them? Ooh. How many quarterbacks did the Jets use during the 2005 NFL season? Look, there's a good chance you guys can name 3 or 4 of them because they're like a few big names and then a few that we always talk about and make fun of. So we will see. We will see. How many quarterbacks did the Jets use in the 2005 season? All right, let's start going through your guys' answers. Brian, 4. Sorry. Rusty Spooner, 5. Sorry, buddy, but you're right. You're right. 5 quarterbacks. Can we name those quarterbacks? That's the question. The 5 quarterbacks that the Jets used in 2005. And I'll get to that, Valerie, as soon as we get through this question. Brooks, Vinny, and Chad Pennington. Chad Pennington is correct. Brooks Bollinger is correct. And they actually brought Vinny back because they were running out of quarterbacks. It was his last season he played with the New York Jets, but in 2005, yes, Vinny Testaverde, but we're missing 2. We're missing 2. Anyone? Missing 2. Tupa Lucas. No, neither of those. Sorry. The correct answer is Chad Pennington and Jay Fiedler. We were just talking about Mr. Fiedler, weren't we? Chad Pennington and Jay Fiedler, who was his backup, both went down. Then they brought in their 3rd quarterback, Brooks Bollinger, And then they called up Vinny Testaverde to take the reins as Bollinger's backup and received a start. And last but not least, Cliff Kingsbury received game action also. Okay, he didn't start, but he played. So those are your 5. Cliff Kingsbury, Brooks Bollinger, Chad Pennington, Jay Fiedler, Vinny Testaverde. All right, let's keep going. 2 more Jets questions. But first, Val gets a Jets chant. Jets. And before we read what she has to say, when you donate $10 or more, you of course get a kick-ass New York Jets highlight, and I just don't know which one to use. But let's start off. We gotta go big or go home, right? So let's do Joe Namath to Don Maynard in the AFL Championship game. Let's go. Val comes in and says, Joe Willie did a weird head bob right before he'd call for the ball. Joe Willie did a weird head bob right before he'd call for the ball. Why? You mean before he'd throw the ball? Oh, before he'd call, like before he'd hike the ball? Why? Loved Roberto, Random Pirates trivia, or loved Roberto Clemente, rest in peace, who did this before hitting Joe's tribute. Oh, is that actually true? So Joe Namath did the head bob to pay homage to Roberto Clemente. Interesting. That is actually interesting. And please let me know. Obviously, you don't have to give in more money. That is extremely generous. But let me know, is that's legit? Because that's awesome. Like, that's really cool. Good stuff, Val. Good stuff, Val. I like Mark Sanchez with that butt fumble against the Patriots. That doesn't bother me. Like the butt fumble, like Ryan, you've been with this show long enough to know that the butt fumble is one of the least embarrassing things that the Jets have done. Are you kidding me? We have a treasure trove of embarrassing moments. The butt fumble was just like, oh, whatever. It's like, oh, there's the Jets. Like, it is. Yes, truth. Awesome. That's good info. That's great info. Thank you, Val. All right, guys, we got let's see here. 1 question left or 2? 2 questions left. Here we go. Who was the only Jet in the 20th century, keep that in mind, to score 4 touchdowns in one game? Guys, I know what's coming. Don't put Al Bundy in the comments. Come on. I know what you're all thinking. But who was the only Jet in the 20th century to score 4 touchdowns in a single game? Here we go. And thank you all for being here on a night where YouTube's reaming us from our probation. You got a World Cup semifinal game. You got an undercard to a fucking huge fight with Conor McGregor. And, I appreciate all you guys being here. Just hit that like button. Just hit that like button. All right, here we go. Thunderlips, good to see you, pal. Lamont Jordan, he says. Sorry, that is incorrect. Rusty Spooner tries with Curtis Martin. Unfortunately, that is also incorrect. Scott Foster suggests Thomas Jones. That is not correct. Brian says Al Toon, but that's not correct. Dano comes in, tries with Wesley Walker. There you go, Dano. Wesley Walker is the correct answer. And it was in that game against the Dolphins, the 51-45 overtime win over the Miami Dolphins in 1986. Walker hauled in 6 passes for 194 yards and the 4 touchdowns. His 3rd touchdown of the game, forced overtime, and his 4th won the game. Damn. Wesley Walker. You know what? I have his. I don't have the donation in, but fuck it. Ken O'Brien to Wesley Walker. Let's see the glory that is Wesley Walker. we go. Yeah, UFC. What did I say? Did I say boxing? I probably did. I don't know. Sanchez is on his way to Ryan's place right now. Yeah, with a shiv. You came in a little late there, Ryan. Came in a little late. First name that came to mind that was obscure. All right, fair enough. Pooyah. Yeah, Dano. Dano with the correct answer. Scott's fallen off. Scott's definitely fallen off. Read it in a Joe biography that I'm reading. He does this head thing. I thought it was idiosyncrasies. No, Joe loved Roberto Clemente, favorite athlete and a tribute. That's awesome. That's awesome. All righty. Keep going here. Against the Patriots, even. Well, yeah, that the clip was against the Patriots. Yes. Hey, Scott, Miami Dolphins suck ass in 2026 without Tua. Yeah, no, the Dolphins are going to probably be last in the division. But once again, beating the Dolphins when they had a fire sale and they're trying to get the first pick, it's not even going to. I mean, I guess it'll feel good. It's still the Dolphins, but it is what it is. Ali comes in. Here we go. Let's hit the Jets chant. Jets, Jets, Jets. And this is a quote from Freddie Got Fingered because Gord, don't touch my shoulder. I saved the day. I saved the day. That movie's so fucking ridiculous, but I love it. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that how much I like that crap movie. Thank you, Ali. I appreciate the $2. It's definitely helps out. Thank you, Ryan. They sucked with Tua. Yeah. No Tua, Tyreek, Waddle. Yeah, they're giving it up. They're giving it up. Dano says, "I'm sorry, I just can't catch this soccer bug that everyone else seemingly can." I've been a fan of soccer or football, soccer for a long time. I've been watching World Cups since I think '94 was the first one when I was like pumped. But I watched like the '90, I believe it was in Italy. I'm not positive. Don't quote me on that. But I was watching when I got into my when I was like 10, 11, 12, I started really watching soccer. And then the 94 World Cup, I didn't miss a World Cup from that point on. And then in like the mid 2000s, I became a fan of Millwall. And that's that. But I understand. Dino. I saw that movie 3 times in the theater. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so bad that it's good, and it is truly funny. Like, it does make you laugh. Like the scene, I will always say this: the scene when he's in the shower in the scuba gear, and he's like, "I found the buried treasure," and then the dad's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he throws him out, and then the soap on a rope goes in the toilet, and he sticks his head, and he's like, I gotta find the buried treasure." Like. That scene gets me every time. Oh, and then when he's beating her legs with the reed. In the restaurant, 50 fucking Deutschmarks, Bob. You sell the 50 fucking Deutschmarks. And then the one in the when he gives birth to the baby and just starts swinging it around by its umbilical cord. Like, I can go on and on. That movie's so funny. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it's bad. It's a bad movie, but. It fucking makes me laugh. Ryan, are you confusing me with Scott the Dolphin fan? Oh, maybe he is. I liked the women's runs back in the day with Chastain, etc. But that was like Chastain. That was like the Mia Hamm team, right? That was the mid '90s women's team. I liked the new women's run until they started, getting lippy and just running their mouths about stupid crap. I don't mind that they want to get paid a little more. And when you win so many World Cups and whatnot, you should get paid a little more. I'm okay with that. But the getting too political and all this other bullshit, the Megan Rapinoe just ruined it for me. And the last World Cup, not only did I not watch the last women's World Cup, but I was actively rooting against them. Because of that. It's just they didn't represent the country. When you put on an American jersey, I don't care if it's in baseball, in the World Baseball Classic, which is kind of a joke anyway, the Olympics, the World Cup. Show your fucking pride for your country and don't sit there and shit talk it, not stand for the anthem, all this other fucking clown shit. This next Women's World Cup next year, I will be watching again because a lot of those blowhards are off the team. And they probably saw how the country did not get behind them. I know a lot of people who just didn't watch them after when that started happening. Like a lot of people. Men and women. So, is what it is. Whatever your team is, Scott, they're a fucking pathetic and ridiculous team. He likes the Jets. So you're correct. Soccer is gay flag, gay flag. Okay. Rip Torn was great as the dad. He was in the 80s movies Beastmaster. Yeah, Rip Torn fucking he you know what? He is so far from phoning it in that movie. Like he gives 110% and steals in his role. Like he did awesome. Don't tell me this boy's so stupid that he doesn't know the difference between hot and cold. Oh, he can eat a chicken. Bob's boy is a nuclear physicist and my son can eat a chicken sandwich. Fucking my voice doing Rip Torn. You can't even... Oh, Scott Black. There's the Scott you're looking for. He's the Dolphins fan. There you go. Mia Hamm. Yeah, that's a name. Dolphins and Jets are fighting over third place and won't make the playoffs. They're not fighting over third place. The Dolphins are going to be in last. The Jets are going to be in third. The Jets will win 5-6 games, maybe. The Dolphins will win like 2 if they're lucky. World Baseball Classic was great this year. Yeah, I watched some of it. It just doesn't do it for me because in the World Baseball, you know what the difference is between the World Baseball Classic and like the Olympic team and the World Cup team? Those teams play together a lot leading up to it. Like they play friendlies and they really become a unit. The World Baseball Classic is during the baseball season. So you're playing with your team and then all of a sudden you're just like, all right, now you're on this team and they play and then they're off the team and they're back. Like it doesn't do it for me. The World Baseball Classic, I mean, I'll watch it, but it's not the same. It's just a bunch of guys getting together and throwing on a USA jersey who like, you know, I don't know. It's just not the same team camaraderie and whatnot. Guys kicking ass now. All of a sudden you guys are kicking ass with the super chats and whatnot. I really do appreciate that. Thunderlips comes in, gets a Jets chant. Jets. Thunderlip says, if I want my wife to peg me, does that make me weird? She won't do it. Is that from Freddy Got Fingered? I don't remember that. If I want my wife, but yes, if you want your wife to peg you, that does make you a little weird, I would say. Well, maybe not weird, maybe a little hoo-hoo, hoo. You know, like. Ha! Gay! But I don't judge. I just judged. I don't judge. All right, we have one more trivia question, and then we're going to be getting to my favorite pro football helmets that are not NFL. Right? Interesting. And I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are on the helmets. I had a few in mind when I came up with this to do this list, and then I actually went through and looked through the CFL and the XFL and the USFL. And I'm talking about USFL from back in the 80s, USFL now, UFL, like all these leagues I just started going through. And they're, like I said, I had a few, arena football, all that stuff. You got paid, you counted as far as I'm concerned. But thank you, Thunderlips, $4.99. I don't know if I did it. I think I did it, but you know what? Fuck it. You get another Jets chant. Jets. Does Ryan think he's hurting Jets fans' feelings by saying the Jets suck? I think Ryan's been here long enough to know that we don't care. Anything you could say to us, we've said to ourselves and we've said to each other. We know how much the Jets suck, but liking a team that sucks this bad builds character. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say. The pinned tweet on my Twitter is from a show I did like 3 years ago where I said, if you are a woman and you want a loyal man, find yourself a Jets fan. Seriously. You want a really loyal man? Find yourself a Jets, Mets, Islanders fan. There you go. Because all three of them suck. Isn't Maddie the Beastmaster or equal to the Beastmaster? Yeah, Maddie. We should start calling Maddie the Beastmaster. I think that's what we should start calling Maddie. Because he owned the Beast. He owned him. Rusty Spooner, if you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball. Rip Torn and dodgeball. Hell yeah. All right, just trying to catch up because I got one more question. Last super chat wins. Those are the rules. Well, almost all of you, who I'm happy the fact that you guys came in and started, throwing in super chats. I hope all of you have hit the like button. That's free. But if those are the rules, then that means that Thunderlips is winning. YouTube user, the Jets abuser. Yeah, he's back. They've been coming in a little bit more recently. Oh, Thunderlips, the pegging makes her weird. Well, she said no. He asked for it. Right? I'm just kidding. She's sitting next to me shaking her head. Come on. Peg your husband. Bend him over the bed and peg the shit out of him. He doesn't ask for much. He works all day, comes home. All he wants is his dinner made and to get pegged from behind. Come on. All right, just going to catch up here. Exit only. Yes, that hole is exit only. You guys are perverts. Chris comes in at the wrong time. Go Jets. JETS. No, there isn't a helmet answer. I just picked, I think I have my 8, it's like 7 or 8 favorite helmets in pro football that are not NFL helmets. The YouTube Jets abuser is a hoe. You can just write hoe. Not a big deal. You should, maybe it's some weird thing you're not allowed to do that. We should call Maddie late for dinner. Just finished eating Dairy Queen ice cream blizzard, peanut butter, cup pie flavor, wearing my New York Jets hat, enjoying World Cup soccer game, and loving the Midnight Mike show. Thank you, Chris. That's awesome. All right, I do have to catch up. Oh, this I'm always winning until Dado comes in with 99 cents just to prove a point. There's a Jets chant. Jets. Thank you, Dano. Thank you, Dano. $1 can't get you anything nowadays. But actually, with 10-10-220, you can get all your long-distance calls for up to 20 minutes for only 99 cents. And that's why I use 10-10-220. I don't know if you guys remember that commercial. Can I get a J chant for that? Didn't I just give you one? I just gave you a Jets chant. But yes, of course you can get a Jets chant for that. As a matter of fact, since we're playing this game, I'll give you another Jets. What can I play here? Here we go.
You play to win the game.
Hello.
You play to win the game.
You got the Herm Edwards. How do you like that? She said okay while laughing. Oh boy, there's gonna be some pegging in the Thunderlips house tonight. And pull his mustache while you're doing that. Did he end up shaving that mustache? I don't know. I've always loved his 80s dad mustache. Love it. It's only gay, Flag, if you make eye contact, Thunderlips. Yeah, don't turn around and be like, hey, big boy. Don't do that. JETS, Jets. Just enjoying the show, just embracing this stuff. There you go. And Brian comes in, gets a Jets chant. Hell yeah, guys. Jets. 64 days until a Jets reaction video. And I hope, you know what? I hope you're disappointed with the Jets reaction video because I hope the Jets win and I come on and I'm happy. I know a lot of you come on to see me flip out, and because at the end of games, I am so angry because I've been screaming for the 3 hours that I've been watching the Jets. I hope the Jets go into Tennessee, maul the Titans, and I can come in with a reaction video that gets way less views than if I'm angry, but at least I'll be a happy person. That's how I look at it. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. All right, we got one final question. I don't know. Maddie told me there was other things that you can't say and whatever, and I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on. I only have a few things that you can't say, and they're like N-word written in like thing, or like F for gays, you know, the F word for gays. Like, it's very few things, and it's like really offensive things that like YouTube, I get in trouble with YouTube if it's like too much. I have no idea what's going on. Oh, the 99 cents is not going to work because Thunderlips comes in with 199 getting a Jets chant. Jets. And he says, danger zone, I win. There you go. Thank you, Thunderlips. I appreciate it. And so does Chris. Look at that. There we go. Okay, I'm caught up here. The final Jets trivia question, then we'll get the fuck out of here and get to doing the helmets. Here we go. Oh, this is one of the easier ones. So here we go, folks. Which university did 2000 rookie quarterback Chad Pennington attend? Which university did 2000's rookie quarterback Chad Pennington attend? Get your answers in the comments section. This is the last trivia question of the night. Maybe I'll come back with a few more next Saturday night. But we did like 8 or 9 trivia questions, and is what it is. All right. Let's get into the comments section, see what we have here. You can't even say anal bleaching. That's crazy. You just said it. All right, let's go to your guys' comments with your answers. Hold on. And here we go. Scott, Foster, Marshall. Hell yeah. Thunderlips comes in. Marshall, there you go. Rusty Spooner, Marshall with Moss. I saw Brandon Marshall live at Jet Life Stadium before. There you go. University of Virginia. Sorry. Chad wrote me an email when I was deployed to Iraq. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Do you still have it? I assume you still have it. Marshall, correct. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was our trivia for the night. Maybe I'll do it again Saturday night. Come in with some trivia and, you know, see what you guys, I don't Google, that's cheating. Damn right, Val. I like the respect. All right. Guys, it's 10:30 at night. I can't believe I've been talking for an hour and a half. I thought I'd be doing this show and do about an hour. That's what I thought. I thought I'd do an hour and a half. That's that. But you guys have, you know, going back and forth doing the trivia. We get into Freddie Got Fingered, you know, and then it, you know, derails me. If you start talking about Freddie Got Fingered, I'm going to go off on a tangent and get derailed. As a matter of fact, several times on this show, we showed him playing with the horse cock. Like, that's not something we have not done on this show more than once. And I'll show it. I don't give a fuck. Thunderlips, is there an underlying meaning to Peg and Artie? Oh, there you go. I think Artie gets pegged. Maybe. Where are they? I don't know. Ooh, tie game between the Swiss and the Argentinians. Interesting. Thunderlips is about to get fingered. All right. Let's end out this show with my favorite pro football helmets that are not in the NFL. And I do kind of have them in an order. Let's see here. Here we go. Okay. So, the first one is a team from. I'm just making sure that I'm not wrong here. Hold on. I just want to make sure I get the leagues right. Okay. This is the only representative on my list from the AAF. Do you guys remember the AAF? They came out around when the XFL was going to reboot in 2020. The AAF jumped the gun and started, I believe it was like right 2019, 2020 also. And it was called the Alliance of American Football. I don't know if you guys remember this. And they only had very deep South teams because it was a winter league. And they, obviously didn't want to deal with the winter elements in the North. So all the teams were down South. And my team was the Arizona Hotshots. That's who I ended up picking to watch. But that's not who I chose as a helmet. And I have two pictures of this helmet just so you can kind of get the gist. But this helmet is the Atlanta Legends. Okay, so let's check this out. As you can tell, I like purple. I'm a purple guy. My background is purple. But this is the Atlanta Legends helmet. And it, once again, simple. I like simple shit. The face mask is a shiny gold, and I actually have a better version of this. There you go. But this is a mini helmet. Okay, it's one of those mini helmets you can buy, but this one shows the color scheme and what the helmet actually looked like. I feel like a little better than the previous picture. But this was the Atlanta Legends from the Alliance of American Football. You got the little football looking like the jewel in the top of the crown. I like that. I like the simplicity of the crown. But if I remember correctly, and this is why this was the lowest on my list, on the other side of the helmet, it just had the number of the player. So there was no crown, no nothing. It just had the number. And if that's the case, I don't love it as much. But I do like the purple and gold. I love the shiny face mask, but it still keeps its simplicity. And the Atlanta Legends from the Alliance of American Football. This is the Alliance of American Football's only representation on this list. And that's what we got here. So let me go into the comments. I just want to catch up on those and just see. That's funny. The Atlanta When Doves Cry football team. I look, I'm not even going to argue with that. Is that a Burger King crown helmet? Looks like if Prince had a football team. Okay. Fuck all you guys. Crown is too big. A gay Jughead from the Archie comics. Throw up. Mike, you sure you don't want to get pegged? No, I'm going to pass on that. I'm 100% going to pass on that. I'm crowning right now. Crown Royal. Okay, you guys didn't like that one. That's fine. It's a taste thing. You know what? Dano has his own show, and he can pull out his favorite on his show, and I'll be more than happy to call in and call his picks gay. All right. All right. Let's get back to this. Okay, the next one I also have two helmets for. But the problem is I couldn't get a good resolution helmet of the actual helmet. So all I have is like the logo of when the NFL, if you look at you guys will know what I'm talking about. But it's just like the printed logo of the helmet. Okay? The actual helmets look better than this. But they come in two, okay? So this was the this is from the Arena Football League. And it's the new this team lasted a very short time. Okay, I think it was like 1 or 2 seasons. But I really like the logo on the helmet. I do. And it's the New York City Hawks, okay? So this is the helmet I don't love as much, and it's a bad representation. So first off, just go with the logo, okay? Forget the fact that it looks mustard. It wasn't a mustard helmet. It was like a Saints gold, okay? The actual helmet is a Saints gold, okay? So this looks misleading. It looks mustardy. It's not mustard. It's gold. But that logo for a New York team, do you see the cityscape in the bottom, like going up into the Hawks' head? And then once again, I got a weak spot for purple. But the gold, purple, and black, I think looks great. Now this one, they had this arena team actually had two helmets. They had a home and they had an away. This one I didn't like as much, even though when you look at it, it does have like the actual, it's Saints gold. So picture the Saints gold, not mustard. But I liked the black helmets better. But so this is the black helmets. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now it does very much mimic the Baltimore Ravens. I see that, especially since they're both birds and there's the same color scheme and all of that. But I'm going to be honest with you. I like that logo, the City Hawk logo, more than I like the Ravens logo. That's just, once again, my personal taste. So once again, you can let me know in the comments section and whatnot, but this is from the Arena Football League. It's the New York City Hawks, and the black helmet is the one that I really wanted to show you. But like I said, I couldn't find a good representation of the helmet, like where you could see it in an actual picture. Everything was so pixelated and shitty looking. So this is the best I could do. But that logo I think is fire, and like I think that could be an NFL team logo if the Ravens didn't exist. But that's, hey, look, it is what it is. Let's see here. Just trying to go back and get to where you guys are. Goes great with a Jets black. Good, fuck the black jerseys. Danger Zone can pull out his own crown. Midnight Mike. I don't think I said that. I don't know. Maybe I did. Drown in my crown. Fuck UFL and XFL. Well, fuck you. How about that? Pull your helmet out, brah. All right. No, we're not going to do that. This is not that type of show. That's better. Okay, so you like that one better. Okay, good. But what is a City Hawk? I don't know. Who the fuck knows? What's a Hartford Yard Goat? Actually, I do know what a Hartford Yard Goat is. But there's a lot of teams out there with names that don't make any sense. Thunderlip says, it's Ravens on that nasty Pittsburgh Steelers throwback color. Pass. I'm telling you, the actual helmet was Saints gold. It was gold. There you go. I got some support here. That's a sick helmet. It looks like a penis. Does it? Or an eggplant penis? I don't know. The black is too much like the Ravens. No, I know, but Mike low-key looking to get pegged, judging by these two helmets. It was like, oh, you guys. It wasn't vomit yellow. It wasn't vomit yellow, Val. It was Saints gold. That's just how they represented it in that picture. The actual helmet was Saints gold. It's a city pigeon. Okay. City Hawk is a falcon, actually. Well, it is what it is. Have you guys ever seen an osprey? We have like a family of them that live near my job, and they constantly circle. They're pretty badass looking birds. But all right, let's get to the next helmet. So far we've had representation from the Alliance of American Football, the Atlanta Legends, and then the next one up was from the Arena Football League, the New York City Hawks. Next one comes from the original 2001 XFL. And look, I thought the XFL's uniforms and helmets were all pretty much fire. Some of them were a little much. Like, look at the Memphis Maniacs logo. It just says AX, and it's like huge on the helmet, and it's like black and red on a baby blue helmet. Still, though, as weird as it looks, the uniforms and everything in the original XFL, look at them. They're badass. The San Francisco Demons looked nice. The Birmingham Bolts, that was probably the worst of them all, I would say. But yeah, either way, from the original 2001 XFL, I like simple shit. The Las Vegas Outlaws. Boom. Now they see that gold. That's the City Hawks gold, the City Hawks ugly mustard vomit. That's what their helmet actually looked like. I'm just letting you guys know. But thank you to Gridiron Helmets for actually having this this helmet, but that's the Las Vegas Outlaws, the simple LV in that like burnt maroon outline with the gold helmet. The uniforms were awesome. They're a team logo, the Outlaw logo, look it up. It's fucking awesome. I thought the uniforms were nice, everything about them. So yeah, this was my next favorite non-NFL pro football helmet, the Las Vegas Outlaws, and I think it looks sharp. And this is for the rest of them, I don't have two. I only had two for all the other ones. But yeah, tell me what you think. I mean, guys, what are your thoughts? The rainy day bitch pigeons. You guys are still making fun of the City Hawks? Red card. Yeah, well, look, they're fixing it for Argentina anyway, so don't worry about it. I went to an XF game at Soldier Field in 2001. Wow. That would be awesome. Was it against the who was it against? Do you know? I have a bunch of XFL games on VHS. Like I still will, and I'll find them on YouTube. I'll still watch old XFL games. They're wild. They're fucking wild. The San Francisco D's. San Diego State Aztecs has one of the coolest looking helmets, actually. It's wild. I will do college helmets in the future. I will do college helmets. What's that? Are you talking about this? It's the Las Vegas Outlaws XFL 2001. I still have it up. I can actually pull it down while I go through your comments. Confusing logo, looks like a W with downs. Guys, come on. None of those are pro. They're all pro. They're all professional leagues. You get paid. Are you a 14-year-old child? Is that 6'7"? Is that why you're doing that? The logo looks like it's two guys having a 69. You guys. XFL, Las Vegas, boo, go Orlando Predators. Who are the Orlando Predators? I know of other Orlando teams. Orlando ended up, I believe, getting the Guardians. They had the Apollos. They have the Storm now in the UFL. But I'm not aware of the Orlando Predators. The Arlington Renegades from the XFL had a pretty awesome looking helmets. Rusty, hold on. Just wait. And it's not the Arlington Renegades. It was a different, it was the Renegades still, but they now have this weird logo, whatever. The original logo, we'll talk about in a minute. I've seen better logos on my kids' travel baseball teams. Well, then fucking make, you know what, Thunderlips? Then make a fucking YouTube channel, get live, and do your top children's baseball team uniforms or logos. I want to see it. I want to see it. My high school helmet was better than any of these. My high school helmet was we were the Vikings, but we were like light blue and black, and so picture a Minnesota Vikings helmet, but in light blue and black. That was our helmet with a black face mask. That was our team. The Orlando Predators are Disney. Oh, okay. I see what you did there. What is that thing supposed to be? It's LV. It says LV. Are you guys serious? Are you fucking with me right now? You're telling me that looks more like a W than an L into a V. Are you serious? Las Vegas, guys. Fucking killing me. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ali. No one would watch. I would watch you ranking young boys' baseball uniforms. It would go along with your pegging, you know, and do it while you're getting pegged. There you go. All right. So me and Scott were on the same page there. All right, guys, next one. All right, this one is another one from the Arena Football League. And this is one that now we're getting into territory of the rest of them are ones that made me start this list where I was like, oh, these ones, and it's 4. I have 4 left. In my head, I'm like, oh man, those 4 helmets were badass. Like I loved those helmets. I should make a list. These are the 4 that made me want to make this list. Okay. So here we go. The next one is from the Arena Football League, and it's the New Orleans. And I wish I could have gotten a nice, crisp, clean picture of this helmet that wasn't pixelated when I blew it up to be the size to do this. Arena Football League, the New Orleans Voodoo. There you go. And I'm telling you, the actual helmet is even better because the purple is like a chrome. It's like you know how the Jets green helmet now is like a chrome green? Their helmet is like a chrome purple. And here I am again with the purple. But the New Orleans Voodoo, I mean, like, New Orleans is known for that kind of shit. And they have all those ghost tours, and I'm telling you, just everything about it. It actually kind of looks like it could be the Shadow Man from Princess and the Frog. I know, gay, but like, seriously, guys, do you have something bad to say about this helmet? You probably do, to fuck with me. But honestly, I always remember this helmet from the first time I saw it and going, wow, like, I wish that could have been one of my teams. But that's the New Orleans Voodoo from the Arena Football League. I'm sorry, that's badass. I don't care what anyone says. And you guys are gonna write fucking stupid comments, and fuck you. All right, let's see here. What's your favorite baseball team logo or jersey that's not your favorite team? I like the old school Marlins. Me too. I have the old school Florida Marlins hat on my wall right there. And I have Chief Wahoo, Cleveland. I'm a Yankee fan. That's my answer, but I'm a fan. But I would say the Florida Marlins, yes, and the Cleveland Indians with Chief Wahoo. That's my answer, Thunderlips. You have to tell me what it is. Forget it. I'm lost. The Connecticut Peggers. Mike, how's the gang doing tonight? I'm late for the party. Hi, Valerie. We're doing good. Earlier today, I did some Jets trivia on the show. The show will be up for you guys to watch. I just asked that you hit the like button, but the replay, you can do the Jets trivia and check it out. I did it with the comments section, and now I'm doing my favorite professional football team helmets that are not NFL. And I have like 4 more. Or 3 more now. But that's the Las Vegas Voodoo. Thunderlips, next show. There you go. Okay, is this not a nice? I don't know if you're talking to Scott or if you're saying the helmet. That's a winner. Okay, thank you, Brian. We got a winner. I think I could like that with a good purple. Yeah, it's I'm telling you, it try to look it up. Mike wears that while getting pegged. I'm not the one getting pegged. Thunderlips is getting pegged. Guys, help me out here. I'm not the one getting pegged. I said not to get pegged. The skeleton looks like it died from AIDS. Well, yeah, they're repping Freddie Mercury. Look, there he is. They put Freddie Mercury. Look, see the teeth? That's how you know it's Freddie Mercury. And then they just put a top hat on him and the bones below for Voodoo. I mean, come on. But you're right. The red bones make it. The Reaper should be I assume you're saying the same. Look, I'm getting you guys. All right, you guys are starting to agree with me. I like that. I'm a Yankee fan too. Rashad, come on. There is no way you could say that Voodoo helmet looks trans flag, gay flag. Come on. The St. Louis, yeah, that's a good logo. I agree with that. I also like the Twin Cities logo for the Twins, the TC. Besides being a New York Jets fan, I'm also a New York Yankee fan, wearing my New York Yankee shorts, Jets hat glued to my head. Not seriously. Yeah, don't do that. Died. the Voodoo guy died from getting pegged. V for vicious pegging. You guys are one-tracked mind tonight. One-track mind, but it's okay because this show gets weird. We can get weird. V for virus. Oh, boy. Too much purple on this list. I love my old podcast. The logo was I'm purple. My background purple. I think it's a cool color. It's the color of royalty. Kings and queens. All right, let's move along because now we have 10 minutes left and it's a full show. I did not expect to do a full show tonight. All right, the next one. No more purple. 3 more. No more purple, guys. The next one is from the original USFL of the 1980s. They currently are, I believe, in the UFL, but they changed the logo, which I'm not much, but they changed it just enough to where I don't love it. But this is an original USFL team from the 80s that used this logo, I think a couple years ago in the rebooted USFL, and then decided for some reason to change it to something that is so similar but not as good. So here we go. It's the Houston Gamblers. And a lot of you may not know this, and some of you may know, but in the 80s, Jim Kelly held out, I believe, from the NFL and played in the USFL and played for the Houston Gamblers. Fucking kick-ass helmet. Now, Helmet Addict, which I love them, follow them on Twitter, Facebook, everything. They're awesome. For some reason, Helmet Addict made this a current helmet. Okay, but regardless, this is what the logo looks like, and it's the G with the empty space being the state of Texas with a star where Houston is. Sorry, this helmet is fucking awesome. Houston Gamblers. I hope you guys agree. But if you go and you Google the Houston Gamblers, Jim Kelly, you could see him in the 80s wearing this uniform and playing for the team, and it's awesome. This was the best USFL logo, without a doubt, especially in the 80s. It was the best. There were some ugly helmets in the original USFL, but this one is money and could easily be an NFL helmet. That's my thoughts. Let me just go through some of these comments. Let's see what we got here. All right. You guys are just talking back and forth about him getting pegged by his wife. There we go. Brian says, I have no problem with that. Top tier USFL lid. Hell yeah. Kelly shit on Buffalo before he ended up going there. Yes. Well, he was drafted by the Bills or something, right? And then he decided to go to the USFL and play for the Gamblers. Bro, this logo looks like Oregon Trail and everybody dies from dysentery. Get out of here. Thunderlips, you're fucking crazy. This is a great logo. Like they're using the empty space for the state of Texas, and then it still makes the G with the stud. This is a great logo. Great logo. By the way, love Oregon Trail. I was playing it the other day. You can play it for free online. You can also play Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Galaga, all that shit for free online. It's awesome. There you go. Yes, the negative Texas shape wins the night. Thank you, Valerie. I agree with Thunderlips with Oregon Trail. Yeah, well, Oregon Trail's awesome. We can't deny that. Well, I put the Gambler's helmet behind the Birmingham Stallions. That was a classic. See, I'm not huge on the Stallions. I'm not. It's just a fucking horse. Like, big deal. It looks like the Broncos helmet. Thunderlips has booty things on his mind tonight. That's okay. That's okay. But I'm glad. Look, I feel like as we go on to this list, as we get higher up my list, you guys are starting to agree a little more, and I got 2 left for you. And they're both from the XFL. They're both from the XFL. And I told, who was it, Rusty Spooner? Someone just give it a minute, just wait. Well, this is where you had to wait. Because in 2000, this was not the 2001 XFL. This was the rebooted 2020 XFL. And I told him to wait. He said Arlington Renegades. Originally, they were the Dallas Renegades. And in my... Whoa. Did I just disappear for a second? What the fuck happened there? But either way, the Dallas Renegades, these helmets, the logo, awesome. They're fire. Here we go. Boom. Look at that bandito. Look at that bandito. That looks awesome. It's so simple, so easy. Like, you know who's under that mask? The Marlboro Man. He looks awesome. He's smoking. And then he pulls that up to rob a train, ready to go. I'd rob a train with that guy. I love that helmet, folks. I think that's another one, like with the Houston Gamblers. That could be an NFL helmet. Easily an NFL helmet. All right, let's see what we got here. So far, the voodoo is the best. The best. The picture doesn't do it justice. No, you are right, 100%. The voodoo helmet, when you actually look at it, and it has that chrome purple and then that logo, it's awesome. It's awesome. The prison wallet is being opened, apparently. I don't get that one. Oh, because of everyone getting pegged and all that shit. I like the Bandito, but I hate the baby blue color. I don't know. I like it. Because you got the black and the red in there, too. I'm telling you, great stuff. Now we're talking. Love this helmet. Thank you, Ali. This guy doesn't even have a horse. Me or this renegade, this badass Bandito. Reminds me of Fallout the Ghoul. Finally, something awesome and not gay flag, Mike. Yes, I was the one saying the Renegades. Yes, they've taken this logo and changed it. It's so much worse now. I don't know why they stopped using this on the helmet. Rashad, that's sweet. Yes, it's dope. Yes, good job. Awesome. Okay, and this is the final one. And then I got somebody in the green room who wants to pop in, although calling at the 11 o'clock hour is pushing it. Tampa Bay Bandits was basically this dude on the Birmingham Stallions. Okay. All right, here we go, folks. Final helmet that I'm doing, professional football helmets that are not NFL that I love. And this one's just a personal one for me because I was a huge fan of the team. You've seen me wearing the jersey on this show several times. It's from the XFL in 2001. Ladies and gentlemen, the New York, New Jersey Hitmen. Boom. Like, to me, it's clean, it's easy, it's simple, great color scheme. Everything about this helmet I love. I have the jersey that I wear on the show quite often. And I wish they were still a team. I have so many of their games on VHS that I still watch. And they weren't the best team in the league. They were like an even team. I think they ended that season at like 5-5. It was like they were a very run-of-the-mill even team, but they were really exciting because their head coach was Rusty Tillman, and Jesse the Body Ventura, who was one of the commentators for the XFL. Literally, him and Rusty Tillman did not get along, and Rusty Tillman hated the fact that people would interview him during the game. That was part of the XFL's thing. Like, they could go up to anyone and interview them like while the game was going on. And that was a new concept at the time. And Rusty Tillman would get in their face and get all pissed off. And then Jesse the Body would shit all over him. And it became a whole spectacle, which is once again, probably why the league folded. But I love the Hitman logo. I love the Hitman jersey, everything about it. If we're Jets fans, guys, in 2001, if you watched the XFL, this was your team. Let's check the final comments. Better than your negative 10. No, the Gamblers logo is awesome. I can hear Len playing on a boombox when I see this. What is that? Len, is they steal your sunshine? What are you talking about? All right. Well, okay, so Valerie says the voodoo one is the best. Of course, Ryan hates them because he's a fucking lame-ass Patriots fan, front-runner bitch. Gotta go. Gonna play the show with my kid and possibly get violated by my wife. Good thing I had Taco Bell. Oh, gross. I don't want to hear about that. All right, I'm with Valerie. The voodoo gets my vote. This looks like the helmet for a team that has the all-time record for 10-game suspensions. Hey, look, they were a tough team. They were a tough team, but that's it, folks. That is my list of my favorite professional football helmets that are not NFL teams. Ryan's favorite helmet is the Patriot bending over. That makes sense. Pat the Patriot. All right. I got to get out of here, but I'm not going to get out of here without this guy because I haven't talked to him in a while. Ladies and gentlemen, a member of the Midnight Mike Show family tree, Honest Abe. How you doing, Abe?
Mike, I'm sorry. I get off work Saturdays at 11. I got out like 10 minutes early. I said, let me pop on and at least say what's up to my guy.
Dude, I did not expect it. I expected this show tonight to go maybe an hour 15, because I knew Maddie had plans and doing stuff. and I came in with some Jets trivia, and then this whole helmet thing, and then a little talk of the World Cup or whatever. And I was like, I'll get in, I'll get out at like 10:15. I ended up doing a whole fucking show.
Great. Like you're brilliant when it comes to the creation of content and coming up with just different ideas as to how to keep a show going for a couple hours. Coming up with that stuff every week. I mean, that's tough to do. So kudos to you, brother.
I did not expect. So what's been up with you, man?
Dude, busy, tired, working nonstop. I'm at about working 60 to 70 hours a week right now. I'm currently organizing this is actually pretty cool. So, I'm a big softball player. We have a big a charity police versus fire softball game coming up next month or so. So I'm in the midst of
how often do you guys do that? Because I remember the last time you sent us a picture of you and the team from the last time you played the fire department.
Yeah, so we do that game with them annually, and then we played a few other first responder tournaments in the area. But not my bread and butter, but the game I organize is that annual game against the fire department. And with each year, I try and make it bigger and better. So last year, the charity brought in about $5,000. We're already over 10 this year, and that's without selling tickets and all that so far. Last year, we had Detroit Red Wings legend Darren McCarty came out. He threw the first pitch. It was a really cool event. This year, we're playing on a different field. The local college by us just built a brand new baseball and softball field, turf fields. They're allowing us not only to play on, but are going to be the first game that's played on these magnificently newly built fields. So that's going to be really cool. And then on top of it, one of the local Detroit sports networks is going to be. I got them. They're going to be out at the game, and they're going to be live broadcasting our game while it's being played.
Nice. What station are they on? Is whatever station coming out one of the stations that you can get on the Odyssey app?
It's all 100% on YouTube.
Okay. Can you DM me or text? I'll listen to the game.
Yeah, when it's on, I'll send it over to you so you can see real men play softball.
Hell yeah! Actually, the other night I just watched Beer League. Do you ever see Beer League?
No.
It was Artie Lang's movie, and it was Ralph Macchio was in it, and Artie Lang, and it's just basically a movie about a beer league softball team.
I love it, dude. I love playing this game. I'm so old and fat now, and it's just I live for it. Back in the day, I used to play shortstop and third base back in the day, and I would bring my son with me to my games, and he would run from the parking lot to the fields to make sure we get the third base dugout. So in between innings, I can do less walking.
Oh, there you go. I played my entire career when I played baseball as a catcher. And I could never even imagine trying to squat that many times during a game. My knees would just blow out. I have a hard enough time getting to the bottom of my Tupperware cabinet in my kitchen.
Play 5 games on Sunday, and then over the course of the week, I'm playing 5 more games, and I felt great. Now I'll play for 2 hours on a Sunday morning, and my shoulder hurts till Thursday.
That's what happens with old age, right?
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks over there.
You excited? In a month and 3 days, training camp begins.
Dude, I've been looking forward to football season ever since the second game of Major League Baseball season this year.
Well, yeah, the Mets have really shit the bed.
Mets suck, but you know what? We got the Knicks, so
that's true.
We at least have something that we're happy about.
No, absolutely. The Knicks winning definitely brought up the spirits of a lot of New York fans who are fans of shit teams.
I cried. I literally cried. I had tears, and my wife is like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing right now. My body has had this outer body experience, and I don't know what's going on, and I can't explain it to you."
Well, I mean, come on. It's like, what was it, 53, 55 years, whatever? Like, none of us were born. None of us were old enough to see the Knicks win that championship. So it's like, to see them finally win one.
as a Mets, Jets, Knicks, Islanders fan, I quite literally have never seen my professional sports team win a championship in my lifetime.
Well, you finally got to see one. And once again, I was so thrilled for the Knicks and whatnot, but I'm such a fair weather fan that I was just so happy for people like you and Maddie and Mets 2128 and like whatever, like people who have followed the team like diehard all these years, finally getting that championship. It's got to feel good because I do know what it's like to watch my team win. I've seen plenty with the Yankees and the Devils, but that is so far removed from my memory now that it's just the Jets. I need the Jets to win one before I go.
Mike, I gotta hit the head. I got a 6 a.m. wake up call.
All right, have a good one, Abe. Thanks for calling in and checking in.
Hey, brother, I'll talk to you soon.
Have a good one. All right, folks, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I did obviously put some effort into tonight's show because, look, I just wanted to have some fun and talk football again. We've been kind of derailed a little bit because of the World Cup, but now that the men's national team is out, of course, still going to root for England, still going to watch the England games, and I hope they bring it home. But, it is what it is. And I had a lot of fun hearing your guys' gay thoughts on the helmets that I picked out. That was fun. And I had a great time tonight and doing Jets trivia and all that. Just do me a favor and make sure that if you have not to hit that like button and show your support for the show. Even if you're watching on the replay, hitting that like button truly does help. Guys, let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats. I don't think I did. No, Thunderlips ends up winning Dano's little challenge, so that's good. All right. But guys, thank you so much for all of your super chats. Those of you, Dano and Scott and Valerie and Ali and Thunderlips, Dano again, Brian, Thunderlips, thank you so much for your support of the show. And we'll be back on Monday night. Hopefully Maddie will be here. We'll be able to talk some more. I don't know. Don't even know because it's the off season. Maybe I'll come up with some more shit. Who knows? But next Saturday night, I think I'll do maybe a little bit more trivia for you guys in the comments section. We seem to have fun with that. And yeah. And one of these days I'll do college helmets. Why not? Either way, I'm Midnight Mike. This is the Midnight Mike Show. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time.